My name is Leticia Mercer from Cambridge, Maryland. My mom, her name is Lisa Mercer. She has multiple sclerosis. I've been hearing that Jay-Z was my father all my life. There's no way that he can deny anything, especially when people were there that know him. Rymir was there. He just looked at me and he was like, Dad. Haven was in my living room. He was talking to my mom. I was going to leave it alone. They brought me one of those ancestry tests. Finally, I get some type of answers. He knows that I exist.
You've been dead beating it your whole life. Meanwhile, your daughter's looking more like somebody you used to be with than somebody you married to. Hold out.
Ooh, baby. Word on the street is that Jaguar Wright is getting as messy as ever. This time, she has her foot pressed tight on Jay-Z, leaking files on his first daughter whom he allegedly paid off to stay hidden.
Rymir Satterweight, Wanda's son. She had it when she was 16. It takes 40 weeks to cook a baby. That means she was 15 when she got pregnant. Age of consent in Pennsylvania is 17. Was then, is now. And she was taken across state lines from Pennsylvania to an apartment in New York. Oops.
Yeah, so Rymir is not Jay's only love child. And where it is, he is not going to give Rymir a paternity test, courtesy of the fact that his mom was a minor when he got with her.
As far as, remember we did the interview with Rymir, and I said I was gonna do an interview with the daughter, Leticia Mercer, who is Jay-Z's alleged first daughter? Well, okay. Apparently, he has done a test with Leticia, and Leticia was gonna do an interview with me, but she backed out because Jay-Z has been trying to change his karma. He's trying to be a good person now. And even though he's not giving Rymir a DNA test, apparently, according to the teams, he bought her a house on the water in Baltimore. Well, not Baltimore, but in Maryland. Okay, and so she is living a quiet, little rich life now, right? Okay, and so we just want to put that out there too. Okay, like we don't give a damn, but okay.
When Rymir Satterthwaite claimed that he was Jay-Z's love child from an old fling with his mother, who was only 15 when she got knocked up by a then 22-year-old Jay-Z, he had no proof to back up his claims, save for the words of his mother, who is now unfortunately deceased. However, that is not the case for this hidden daughter, Leticia Mercer, who says that she has always had multiple people besides her mother confirm to her that Jay-Z is her dad. According to Leticia, she says that close friends of Jay-Z like Emory Jones, who holds the position head of lifestyle at Roc Nation, as well as DeHaven Irby, Jay-Z's former longtime best friend, have confirmed to her that she is his daughter. All besides Jay-Z, who although never outrightly claimed Leticia, looks like he settled her to bury the truth.
You just seen Jay-Z's daughter the other day, right?
No, I uploaded the other day, but it was like back the day before Jadakiss Versus.
Okay.
I mean, my thing is this: her mom's sick in a wheelchair. I mean, like, my thing is, if it's a possibility somebody my kid, and I've got $1 billion, even if I got 20 million, come on, let's go take this, find out. I mean, and you rich now if you are. It's simple. Like, if I got a wife that don't understand that, she can roll. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like,
from what we know, Leticia is living quietly somewhere in Baltimore, Maryland. Sources say that she got paid off by Jay-Z to keep things quiet and drop the claim of being his long-lost daughter. However, none of that is confirmed yet. Meanwhile, Rymir, on the other hand, has refused to receive any monetary compensation from Jay-Z's team to bury what he strongly believes is his truth. All he wants instead is for Jay-Z to openly admit he is his father, but the chances of that happening is 1 in a million. Jay-Z and Beyonce have managed to create what is seen as the epitome of Hollywood marriage. Stable, filled with love, and forever is the deal type thing. But word on the streets is that the empire is slowly crumbling down, because apparently the truth can't stay buried for too long. At the moment, sources say that Rymir has withdrawn the lawsuit against Jay-Z. However, that is not to say that he has completely given up on pursuing admittance and acceptance from his alleged father. Word is that Rymir is gearing up to file another suit after the court lumped his case in with another unrelated lawsuit in an attempt to dismiss both of them at the same time. According to word from sources, Rymir was forced to withdraw his case after suspicious court activity. Docket edits were made before the defense filed and the government got involved. The court tried to merge his case with Dr. Coley's to dismiss both. New legal action is coming. On July 18th, court records in Rymir's case were mysteriously edited at 6:10 p.m. EST before the defense even filed. Then, just 90 minutes later, the defendant submitted their filing. The timing wasn't just suspicious, it was coordinated. The court then attempted to combine Rymir's complaint with a completely different case against Dr. Coley. Why? Because merging cases allows judges to just throw them all out at once. That's how you silence the truth in bold. Behind the scenes, the feds reached out to Rymir's legal team and told them to withdraw the case on Friday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time zone. Rymir wanted to amend but had to come up with a new cause of action different from Coley's and refile, citing behind-the-scenes changes and potential sabotage. This was not a choice either, it was a warning. Rymir's case was then moved without response to the notice of Coley's judge, which looked like a setup for something. They even allegedly altered the docket service date, which changes the official record of when things were filed and received. That alone should trigger a federal investigation, but it didn't. The system was compromised. Due process was under attack. Rymir's side was being blocked at every entry level, including by the very people who are supposed to protect justice. So yes, Rymir had to withdraw, but it's a strategy. They are now preparing a new filing with separate legal causes of action that can't be dismissed so easily. This corruption can't be tolerated. He deserves support. He deserves justice. Rymir himself wrote about it briefly in a post of his own where he said, "Hello, changes were made to my case on July 18th, 2025 by 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. This was done due to changes made to my case we were not aware of. We will explain soon, but it's all about my mother now." So yeah, Rymir has withdrawn his case, but he says that this isn't the end yet.
That we didn't have enough information to keep the case going, so it was a big case to me because, you know, I really wanted to find out who my father was, and for the case not to go how I was planning it, I really thought it was going to go different than what it was, but, well, I really feel like it should have been over with because, you know, I feel like if it was anybody else, you know, like, I'm not saying just because people got higher standards or people make more money than that, but it's just different because, you know, if it was anybody else that made a low income, I feel like they would have had them in there way faster than people that's wealthy. I really try not to get frustrated, you know, basically. I really try not to think about it, you know, I go on with my life because, you know, anything could happen, but, you know, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day, you know, I still gotta work and bring in income for me, you know.
Reports say that a part of his new plan is to team up with Leticia, who allegedly got DNA testing with Jay-Z. While Rymir is gearing up to do that, word is out that Jaguar Wright cannot wait to expose Jay-Z's alleged first daughter, who has knowledge of some deep down dirty secrets regarding her father. In all of this, Beyonce has stayed quiet. However, insiders say she is furious with all that's been going down with her hubby. It's been one too many court cases with this man. At some point, you gotta stop and think, can all these allegations all be falsified? I mean, Hollywood's been on of Diddy and his wild freak-offs and the atrocities that went down behind the scenes, but nobody talked about it for decades until now, when ish hit the fan. So while there might be some truth to Jaguar's words, here's what a couple of people have to say about it. This person wrote, "Everybody from Grove, Cambridge, Maryland knows that this is his daughter. My dad was a former friend of Jay-Z and he remembers the whole situation. He said Jay-Z and this young lady's mom were actually dating. She wasn't just a one-hit stand. The young lady actually has the DNA test to prove that Jay-Z is her dad. But what's even worse is that she isn't the only hidden child that Jay-Z has. I think it's weird how Beyonce seems to have morals but is allowing her husband to be a deadbeat. I'm sorry, but I can't be with someone that's a deadbeat." Another person added, "Jay denied the daughter Leticia too until he found out she was going to do a sibling test with Rymir. Then suddenly she got a new house, cars, and a bank account. Oh, and of course, sign an NDA." This story is as real as they come. Jay used to stay in Maryland and everyone in the hood knew he was with this girl's mother and then she was born. They all said it's Jay's daughter. I've been hearing this story for years and years. And finally, this person said, didn't Jay-Z have an older daughter and then he paid her off to never bring him up again? We never heard from her again, but it was confirmed. She was his biological daughter. Baby, it keeps on getting wild out here, and we would like to know what your thoughts are on this matter. Leave your opinions down in the comments, hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this, and watch this next video, because Boo Boo is just as messy.